So you'll find your hands a little bit wider than shoulder width, feet out back behind you, a little bit wider than hip width. Shoot your hips back towards the opposite wall. Here you can spend a little time cycling out through your legs, one heel at a time, reaching down towards the floor. Really actively push your chest towards your thighs, nice long back. You'll move from down dog forward into a plank position. Pause for a second or two. Drop your hips down. Don't know if you can see it from that position, but my legs are not resting on the floor. My toes are still curled under. My legs are active. My hips are drooping, but still the only thing that's touching the floor are my hands and my feet. If that's too much, you can uncurl those toes, rest your legs. So we're going to move through those three positions. Back to plank, tuck your tailbone under, nice straight line. Shoot your hips back to down dog. Plank, up dog, plank, down dog, plank, up dog. Here, you might have a tendency to let your shoulders shrug towards your ears. Really pull those shoulders back and down. Keep them away from your ears if you can help it. Plank. Down dog. I'd say moving through each of those positions 10 times, back and forth, hitting down dog and up dog each 10 times with the plank in between. Gives you a solid start to this warm-up. Then we're going to come up to stand. Here you're going to reach down towards the floor. Bend your knees if you need to, as much as you need to. Here we're going to go into a deep squat and back out, with the exception that it is okay if your heels raise up off the floor. So try to make contact with that floor if you can help it, even if you're bending your knees. And then you're just going to drop low. Knees come in between your arms. You'll notice here my heels are up, so hips towards your heels and back up. Drop down low and back up. This one I also find very helpful if I'm struggling with tendonitis in my knees, or my knees tend to be a little bit achy. This really helps me to kind of work some of that out and get them nice and warm before heavier activity. This is my achy day warm up. Same here, hit 10 or so. Should get you nice and loosened up. Of course, when you're folding forward, you should feel that nice long stretch through your backside body. That's movement number 2. Next, we're going to come down into a lunge. Either foot down. If you don't have a padded surface, just make sure your knee is comfortable. Find padding if you need it. You're going to rock forward. Just go back a little bit. You're starting in a 90-degree setup, so this front knee should be set at 90 degrees, back knee more or less also at 90 degrees. It's one of the few times that it is okay for, as we move through it, your knee to pop out over your toe. You're letting your hips drop forward. You may feel a stretch through this calf. You may feel a stretch through front side left hip. You're going to kick back, adjust that front foot if you need to. Depending on your flexibility, you may be here, you may be far out towards your foot. If you cross the opposite hand towards that foot, you'll get an even deeper stretch through the back side of that leg. And we'll just work through handful on each side for demonstration's sake, but I'd recommend 10 on each side if you're truly warming up for a workout. All right, we'll switch sides. Again, starting with a 90-degree bend in that front leg. Let your hips drop forward. Hips drop forward. You can have those back toes curled under or relaxed. Dealer's choice. Kick back. This toe should flex. Depending on your flexibility, you could reach out far or not. Do what feels right. In this forward position, you'll get that stretch through your calf if you pull that front foot in a little bit further. You'll get a deeper stretch through that front side hip on that back leg if your foot is further forward. So you can kind of play with it, see what feels good. I personally really love reaching across to the outside of that leg with the opposite arm. It hurts so good. It's painful in the moment, but it feels great afterwards. Wonderful. Next move is a lunge with a twist. So come 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. We'll start right foot forward. You can have that back knee either down or up. I'll have it up for demonstration's sake. So we have our right foot forward, left foot back, left hand down. You're threading your right hand in between your left hand and your left foot, and then you're opening up wide into a twist. If your knee's down, same exact thing. Just a little bit less strenuous depending on your energy level, if you happen to be sore. Gotta meet your body where it's at. We'll switch sides. Same rule of 10 applies. This is all for demonstration's sake, but if you're truly warming up, hit 10 repetitions or so on each side. Opposite side, left foot forward, right foot back. You could have your knee up, knee down, whatever feels good to you. I'll keep my knee down this go round. Right hand down, you're threading your left hand in between your right hand and right foot, opening up high towards the ceiling. Here you may feel it through the back of your left hip, you may feel it through the front of your right hip, you may feel it through your back with that twisting activity. We'll make this our last one. We'll do one more with that knee up, just for argument's sake.